Hey, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to a very special Sunday morning, selling past your expiration date, being thrifty over 50. Everyone, host Jay.
And Peg. Hi, everybody. Are you awake?
Our first ever JPEG Sunday morning show.
Right.
And if you haven't figured out by now, we're sitting together.
We're together.
Hey.
Total surprise. I mean, my younger son was in on the deal and had no clue whatsoever. And the next thing I know, we're going out to dinner. My son wanted to treat us to dinner, he said. And so, we pop into Porco's, our favorite tiki bar. And he said, well, let's sit at the bar. And sitting way down at the end of the bar were Jason and Stacy. I about lost it. I said, oh, it got me real good this time. I mean, they really did. A total surprise. We had a fun evening and went out to dinner afterwards. And then another surprise when Stacy's parents, Kevin, Steve, and her sister Michelle met up with us, and we all had a good time. It was a nice evening and a total blast. So thank you for another surprise.
Oh, you're very welcome. Now, for those of you who watched me do the live in the group about an hour ago, I tried to angle it so you didn't realize I was at my mom and dad's house. And I think I did a pretty good job because no one said, hey, wait a minute. Where are you? All right,
sure.
Let me get the share screen up there.
Okay.
Let's do it that way.
All right.
All right. Yes, today is episode 100. And now, by now, I hope you have figured out the reason we had to do it. Well, you don't know the reason we had to do it earlier,
right?
Because I actually came in town because there's one other surprise today, and so I have to go to a party in an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Well, it starts in an hour and a half.
Right.
So this party is why I'm in town for a surprise for a friend, and we'll be at the party when our show normally happens. So we decided to do a Sunday morning show so we can be together.
How many awake? How many we got out there?
Yeah, we got 44 early birds.
Early birds, all right.
And we already got a guest in the waiting room.
Yes,
it was West Coast. So
yeah, that's great.
All right.
That's early.
So we have done things on wheels next to my elbows.
Oh, sorry. My haul is in his way.
Yeah. Things on wheels. All right.
I can talk about my new mug. This was my 100.
Yes, cheers, everybody. Thanks for watching us.
This Jason and Stacy gave us this mug to add to our collection, which
Hi, honey.
Love. Hey, Stacy Pooh. Just love these colors. This is from the Secret Beach, and so I thought we'd drink out of my special mug today.
Woohoo!
Yeah.
And your nails accidentally now.
Yes, they do. Look at that.
Oh, look at Mom got me a 100 sash.
I got my crown on.
Here, let me.
Yep.
100 and 100 fabulous.
And the balloon. We got the balloon. 100 balloon. I have to say, I can't believe it's 100 shows. I mean, where has it gone? It's not that we do one every week, so it took us a little time to get there. But I'm really proud of us that we're still here and you guys are still watching.
Yeah, a lot of shows are canceled before they get to 100 episodes.
Right.
That's true. All
right. So for those of you who may be new or maybe didn't start with us in the beginning, I'm going to give some highlights. I never take written notes. I pulled a Debbie today. I wrote a bunch of notes. So I never take notes. Debbie's in the waiting room. So
I got a question for you.
Yes.
Maybe you would like to share how our show came about. Do you remember?
Yeah, share that. I don't remember the exact story. If you do.
Yeah, well, you were having your Thursday night show of, I think it was Thursday with J&A at the time, if I'm not mistaken. And the guest you were supposed to have was having Wi-Fi problems.
Oh, yeah.
And they couldn't get on.
Oh, yeah.
And so you contacted Mom and said, Mom, can you jump in and show some of the stuff that you dad have thrifted and that kind of thing. So I jumped in and apparently I did okay. And then the light bulb went off for Jason, and he decided to, maybe a good idea to have a show with Mom and kind of feature the senior crowd in a way on learning.
The elders.
Yeah, so that's how our show got started originally.
I think I'm going to wear this to the party today and not say anything while I'm wearing it. All right, so we debuted on June 7th, 2016. That was our first show. I went through all 100 shows this morning. There is some information that has changed. When we get into specifics on how eBay works and item specifics, some things have changed, but there's still a ton of good information. So if you're newer to watching us, let me go back and I'm gonna give you some notes. If you got a pen, write this down.
Yeah.
All right. Number 3 was our first talk about shipping internationally. I mean, I can't stress this enough. We talk about it every single show.
Right.
And I still find people who are afraid. Look, if you can ship to Maine, you can ship to Spain because you don't ship any differently.
Nope.
And nowadays, since everything just prints out in your printer, nothing changes. So number 3 was shipping internationally.
And the one thing that I'll say about that on shipping internationally, if you have not signed up for Pirate Ship, do it now. That is the cheapest way to ship internationally, you guys, by a lot. And we have our special guest talk about that in a little bit.
Number 4 was seashells. So not every show is about products. Some are about how to do things, but specifically about products. Go back and watch number 4 on seashells if you haven't.
Yeah, that was one of our.
Because you tend to find those at a lot of garage sales and stuff, and so you might not know they're worth big money. Number 5 was the first appearance of Big Daddy, who may be sitting right over here.
Yeah.
Number 12 was computer and mobile terms. So if you are, thrifty over 50 and maybe you're new to mobile and or computer, that was a good show to give you terms that you'd hear, but maybe don't want to raise your hand and say, what's that mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Number 14, how to run a sale in your store. I run sales all the time.
Yep.
Episode 16, sourcing on vacation, something my mom and I do very well.
Yep, I put that one down.
Might as well pay for a vacation while you're on it.
Yep.
Where are we at here? Number 21, how to measure clothing.
Yes, that's a good one.
You can't try on clothes you buy online, so you definitely should have good measurements.
Excuse me.
Number 29 was how to use OfferUp. OfferUp is an app that lets you sell locally, but they do offer shipping now. But that's for when you have typically when you have big things and hard to ship things. Speaking of, number 32 was Big Daddy shipping tips. So that's always a good one. 37, I teach you all about flipping CDs and cassettes and stuff. 37 was about visually grading media. So if you buy a cassette, if you buy a record, if you buy a CD, how you should grade it so your customer knows what they are getting. Number 47, something my mom has done quite well, how to start an eBay meetup group.
We had a great meeting yesterday. Another good turnout. I think there's 25 or more of us there. They didn't know Jason was coming, so that was a total surprise. Yeah. And Michelle Weissman and our group gave us a nice presentation on photography. So that was really nice. But we had a good group, another good meeting.
All right, 49 and 50 were a two-parter, which is rare. I don't think we've done one or two-parter. All about Vero. If you don't know what Vero is, the verified rights owner program, where if you go to sell something that's not legit and the owner of the copyright says, hey, eBay, that's not legit, they'll pull your listing. So it's an introduction on how to know when you should be checking Vero stuff. Number 52, celebrating mothers who eBay with their kids. Aww. 57 was how to vend at a flea market. Sometimes you want to sell in person and move a lot of your extra junk out of your house.
Can I talk about that for a
second?
At our meet yesterday, we were talking about doing a group flea market. And so we are going to be holding this in June at the Hartville Flea Market. We're going to get a whole block of space for a bunch of us. So far, there's like around 10 of us that want to do this. And we're going to bring all our eBay stuff that we've had for like a long time that hasn't sold. So that's our plan on doing that. So there's an idea for those of you who have meetup groups. So maybe you might want to venture out, and I'll keep you posted on how ours goes.
So Joanne said, I shipped my first item internationally after watching you and Peggy explain it. And yes, I only use Pirate Ship. Sharon said, Marissa and I are going to Florida in May. Definitely shelling when we go.
Oh, yeah. Sanibel. Go to Sanibel.
All right. Number 62, how to have a great garage sale, a season-ending garage sale for those of you who live where the seasons change.
Yep.
Here for sure. And not so much in Vegas.
No.
Number 68. So when you're new to getting CDs, sometimes you buy a whole collection. Mom had bought a bunch. We sorted through her CDs and put them into like groups. 71 was conquering your profit piles. Debbie recoined the term death pile in the profit pile, and we want you to conquer yours.
Right.
72 was eBay and thrifting acronyms. Again, if you join a group, if you watch our shows, we'll use acronyms all the time, and most people understand them. But if you don't, sometimes you don't know to ask. What does BO stand for? And it's not this kind of BO. HTF, BOLO, FOMO, BOLO, FOMO. So that's a great show to give you all those. 76 was using Terapeak. 79 was a really good one because everyone is so guilty of this. The difference between vintage and retro.
Yes, that was a good show. I mean, a lot of people got cleared up on what's what and how it's misused, So watch that when you get a chance.
We had a guest in the green room. Where'd you go, Marissa?
We saw you.
I saw you. Come back, Marissa. Come back. Number 82 was selling on Facebook Marketplace, kind of like OfferUp, another way to move your products. Oh, there's Marissa. How to send offers on eBay. If you haven't started doing that, it turns into sales all the time.
Yeah, we've had very good luck with that. In fact, we just sold an item this morning. So, I do it every day. Every day, that's my first thing I hit.
Number 92 was how to ship breakables. And 96, just a couple of weeks ago, was how to why you need offer returns.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I'm in so many other Facebook groups just to see what's happening. And the amount of, I will never offer returns, screw the customer. It's insane. And people always say the same thing. I'm doing just fine.
Yeah.
Well, guess what?
Maybe.
You could be doing better because I won't shop with you if you say no returns. I know a lot of people won't shop with you. So you might be doing fine, but you could be doing great. So,
you go to any store you guys shop at, Macy's, Gimbals, whatever. If you can't return the product,
Gimbals, what year is it?
I know, that's why I threw that in there.
Gimbals.
If you can't return your product,
If you're at Woolworth's 5 and dime,
you'd be upset if you couldn't go back to.
So Sherry, you're having a problem linking your pirate ship to your base. So what is happening, or more so maybe what's not happening?
Yeah, I wonder.
Ooh, Rich says 10 offers been great. Thanks for the tip.
Oh, good.
All right, so we wanted to say hi to a few of you that have watched our show. It doesn't matter if you started number 1 or number 72. As long as you've been watching, that is awesome. So we asked if you want to pop in and say hi. So we have 2 guests waiting.
Okay.
I'm going to pop the link to join the show in the chat right now. So again, you're going to be on camera. So A, make sure you have a camera. And B, probably should be clothed. I'm just saying.
If you're in your pajamas, we'll take it.
But let's see. Is Debbie clothed? Let's see. We're gonna pop Debbie in here. Oops. There we go. So there's the link if you want to join us for a quick second.
Good morning.
Hello, Debbie. How are you?
Good. Awake. 7:30.
Yeah, I'm very sorry, West Coasters, but this was the only time it worked because I was here. I wanted to do it together with her.
Yeah. So.
But really, 7 a.m. is not early. I should have been up walking already anyway. Happy
So what's happening, Deb?
Oh, I'm just having hysterics listening to you guys. This has been the funniest start so far.
Is that your normal morning attire, a muumuu?
Well, I put this on. This is one I found. This is one of my favorite ones. It's got to be vintage. But in honor of the muumuu show that you guys just recently did, I had no idea, because when you said there are still labels you've never seen, it just blew my mind. And now when Bill and I are out looking, I'm like, look at this label. It says Hawaii, but it's not something I would expect. It's just some guy's name. So we grab it. So we learned a lot that way. But muumuus are awesome. I love them. And you know how I look for them? When I'm in the thrift stores, I just look at the bottom, like on the floor, right above the floor. If something's hanging down, I grab it, because they can get shoved back in and you don't see them. And I don't go through all the dresses usually, but I look for those muumuus. And I found a purple one in Reno one time that way. I have 2 favorites now.
I mean, Hawaiian clothing definitely stands out when it's on the rack with all the other dresses, and that's how I key into, Deb. I mean, I'll be looking, and I'm specifically looking for that Hawaiian print. And that's when I go through it.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
So, anything else you learned from selling past your expiration date?
Well, I have my notes.
See, I had Debbie notes today.
I have to, or I go off on rabbit trails. Well, first of all, I want to say Liz Keister messaged me this morning. She said she doesn't want to come on, but she's your biggest fan, Peggy. So I wanted to give a shout out and say hello to you from Liz. There's so many, but the Hawaiian, I mean, you like son, like mother. Jason's taught us a lot about Hawaiian items, but Peggy, you've taught more. You've expounded and you have different takes on it. So I've learned different things that way. Oh, and you mentioned the shells. I brought this home from my aunt's estate. I probably would have passed it up, but we have a whole bunch of smaller ones.
That's a helmet. That's a helmet shell, and that is the size is good, Deb. You should get good money on that one.
Oh, it's huge. But I think for me, I mean, obviously there's so much we learned, but the biggest thing for me, in 15 years, Bill and I will be you and Regan's age. And now I know that, that doesn't matter. We can keep on going and going and going, because it's not about age. It's about the hustle and willing to learn and stepping out of your comfort zone and bring in rolls of quarters.
Oh, yeah, that's so good. Of course, we love you and Bill. we love these guys. They're great. They're wonderful people. So I'm still going in 15 years, Deb.
Oh yeah. Oh, we have to. We have have any other option. And I tell people, it's in my DNA. I mean, you've probably heard my story a million times. When I was like 5, my grandparents would give me a quarter, and we'd be at garage sales, and I'd buy little half bottles of perfume or whatever I could find. They went to thrift stores, garage sales, brought it home, repaired it, fixed it up, and resold it in their garage sale. And this was not a one weekend a year. It was a continuous. If we were home, the garage door went up. If grandma was eating breakfast, I had to go stand out there and talk to people and bring something in. As grandma, how much do you want for this? And then finally, of course, the way things are, they shut her down because she couldn't get a license. They wanted her to have a license. And we lived out with the cows and the chickens. And there was, so anyway, I grew up, this is what I grew up in. When people tell me they
still do live out with the cows and the chickens.
I don't pity you at all, but when people say they've never been to a thrift store or garage sale, I'm blown away because I thought that's what I've been doing my whole life. So just like you guys have.
Yeah, same. I mean, my mom got me going, just like I got Jason going. So I'll have to give credit to my mother because she started going to those flea markets early, and I just tagged along, garage sales, that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, you never know what you're gonna find.
Oh, I know. The hunt is the best.
Oh, we actually have a first timer joining us today.
All right.
Wow.
Wow.
A first timer who got up early. This is my first show. You guys are great. And thank you for the tips. Can't wait to go back and watch some of the older shows. Well, welcome, Kathy.
Welcome, Kathy.
Thanks for. And we are going to have some content. Although it's just rambling on, Mom.
Do we have prizes today?
Oh crap!
Yeah, we need prizes.
Where are my prizes?
Uh-oh. Do we need to get Stacy to get the prizes?
I think they're in Vegas.
Oh.
I actually thought ahead, ordered prizes. They showed up, and I'm pretty sure they're still sitting in Vegas. So,
well,
all right. So here's what we're gonna do. Yeah. To celebrate number 101, we'll do prizes.
There we go.
Yeah, okay. But I actually have them because it's not as fun when you say what you have. It's much more fun when you show what you have.
Well, we can try.
All right. So yeah, episode 101 will be some prizes. So this is your forewarning to tune in, and you got to be watching live to win.
I like
that. All right, is your hubby there to say hi?
I think so. He's upstairs. Is he in? Did he link in?
No, he did not.
Okay, I'll text him.
All right, I'll have him come down. I'll leave you in the green room.
Okay.
I'm going to bring Marissa on, and I'll say hi to Bill.
Okay.
All right. Bye for now.
Bye.
And we have another guest joining us. Hello. Good morning,
Jason.
Marissa.
Hi, Peggy.
Hi, Marissa. So nice to have you join us.
Thank you.
So where are you at, Marissa?
Where am I?
Yeah.
North of Chicago.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So is the ground covered in snow there too?
Yeah, it was snowing pretty heavy this morning.
Oh, boy.
So my wife and I went to New York City the week before Christmas because we like the romanticism of the windows and the Rockettes and all that. And the first day we were there, it was 62 degrees, and we walked around in a t-shirt. And then it rained and it snowed lightly. This weekend, the snow came to Cleveland. Like it was what I wanted in New York City. I've been driving since 87, and for about 5 minutes Friday night, it was the worst blizzard I've ever driven in. I didn't know exactly where the road was, and Stacy said maybe we should turn around. I said how? I don't know what's front, back, and side to side. Yeah. I've never seen it that bad before.
It was nasty. We got about 6 to 8 inches.
Yeah, crazy.
Wow. Bad. Yeah.
So how long?
Usually we get it a day after Peggy. We usually get the weather a day after. So tomorrow.
So how long have you been watching us, Marissa?
Oh, I don't even know how long I've been watching you. How long have you been on?
4 years, 3.5 years.
3 years now.
Oh, for this show, I probably have been watching since the beginning.
Okay.
Oh wow.
I went back to look at some of the beginning ones, and I think I've seen them all.
That's great. I was kind of reviewing episode 1. We weren't very good. Well, we didn't know what we were going to do. We were, babes in the woods, and we just kind of threw it out there, and we didn't have a format yet. And the fact the first show was on a Tuesday night, I did check that out.
And I was sitting here because I was in town.
Mm-hmm.
My beard was shorter. It was way less gray. Mom's hair is all different.
Yeah, a little bit.
But anything specific that you've learned over the last 100 episodes?
I was thinking about it. I'm like, the biggest thing for me was you got to keep on learning. The only constant is change. eBay changes, the shipping changes, everything changes. And Peggy keeps learning new things. I've learned along with Peggy about, putting videos in listings and dimensional weight and things like that. So I think keep learning is the big thing.
Yeah.
Well, I was a teacher before I did eBay. So so I'm all about learning.
So are you doing eBay full time now, Marissa?
Well, part-time, but I'm not teaching any longer. Yes.
Yeah,
So,
there's quite a few people who do YouTube shows or leaders in the community that stop and just teach full time. And if you stop doing it also, besides doing the shows and teaching classes and run the 2 Facebookers, if you stop selling, you get stuck in that moment when you stop selling. So you're not at the pulse of, and because my one friend's like, why you hustling so hard to sell so much? You're teaching, you're making tiki mugs, you're earning income other ways. I go, because if I stop, then how do you successfully teach if you're not in it? Even though my assistant is doing a lot of it, I still have my hands in it enough that I know what's happening. So when things change, that's when it becomes good fodder for our show, because I'm like, oh, there's this whole new little international shipping thing on eBay I got to go look at now because let me see what that price is. They got this whole new thing that they didn't tell us about. It just showed up.
Yes.
So I go check that out and see what those rates are.
And we need to know.
But yeah, you always got to be learning. I love learning new stuff every day, and then turn around and telling everybody.
Marissa, what do you sell?
So a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything. I try to learn. I'm always be learning about something new. I knew nothing about any tiki things. I know nothing about music.
Mm-hmm.
So Jason talks about this stuff, and some of it goes right over my head. But
I still flounder.
Yeah, but you're selling them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Some. I wish I was better.
I think you know more than I do.
Yeah.
I walked into a record store here in Cleveland area that's stuck in time. Their cassette section was gigantic, and their 8-track section. I'm like, what year is it in this store? But there was a bunch of good stuff. So, and it was music and records and CDs too, but music's from every era and every format. I'm like, man, anyone could find something in here.
Yeah, I get discouraged. Tom and I tried to go to a record store, and everything was, they had a very, very small CD section, and the records were like behind the counter, like you had to ask for everything, and I didn't know what I was looking for. So
yeah, that's not a normal. So there are record stores that are too highfalutin for their own good. They're curated. They're very specific. Only like one genre of music, and those are not the kind of places you want to source in. You want a big store that's got a ton of stuff and a variety of media formats. But yeah, those kind of stores, I even walk out of those. I'm like, ugh. Yeah. They're like hipster stores. They're too anal and specific, and that's not the joy of music. The joy of music is discovering new stuff, not one person saying, here's the only type of music you should listen to.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. I sold a Fitz and Floyd Christmas candy during the show. Learn about Fitz and Floyd from Christine.
Yeah.
That's my sister. That's my sister that I
didn't realize it was Sharon.
Cool.
Hi, Sharon.
Hey, Sharon.
All right, so what's the best thing you sold last week?
Oh, last week. I'm looking at Tom.
Tom, what's the best thing you sold?
Some of the bigger things that I've sold lately, I'm helping my brother-in-law clear out his mother's estate. So some of the things that we've sold are his. So some of it's fun, but it's not as fun as if the money was going to my pocket. So he like kept everything from his childhood in the original box and stuff. So we've sold a bunch of G.I. Joe stuff, and I sold a percolator this morning from his mother's house. And so I can't think off the top of my head. You asked me too quick.
All right, I'll ask you slower. What?
Yeah.
Just kidding. All right, so I will be in the Chicago area and the Milwaukee area this fall. And so if you're hanging around me at any point and we're near a record store, I will be happy to take you in and show you how to do it.
We can do that. We're close to Milwaukee. We're right on the border.
Okay. I'll be there once for sure, maybe twice. I think there's enough people who want a class. We usually spend the one night there where we just hit the tiki bar, then turn around and go back to Chicago. But there are some great record stores in Milwaukee that I source at. So I'll be happy to take a little field trip.
Of course,
Great. I voted for the Milwaukee class.
All right. Yep. Tallying that stuff up tomorrow. All right, Marissa. Well, thank you very much for popping in on this Sunday morning.
Thank you. And thank you for all you do, both of you.
You're very welcome. Have a good day.
Have a good one.
Thanks you too.
All right. I got to catch up a couple quick things here. Okay. So Sherry said she signed up and hit the prompt to link, but the option never comes up when I go to do my labels. Sherry, I think you're going to eBay to do your labels, and you don't do that. You go to Pirate Ship to do your labels. They pull them from eBay. Based on the way you wrote it, I'm pretty sure you're trying to find Pirate Ship within eBay, and that's not where you're going to find it. Go to pirateship.com, and all your eBay listings will be there.
Yeah. And if they're not, there's a link up top that says import from eBay.
And so our ACNC1 said that it was cheaper to use eBay than Pirate Ship. Now, 2 questions. Do you have the simple export rate on Pirate Ship? Because it is never cheaper on eBay.
Never.
However, they do have that new
international
shipping that there's like surprise, something new. Didn't tell anybody. So I do have to look into that. Let's see.
Because so far eBay has never been cheaper for us.
Yeah. Thrifty L says, love Peggy. She reminds me so much of my mama and the lesson she taught us. And yes, she taught us to bring quarters to yard sales too. Hi, Angela. It's so early.
Oh, hi, Angela.
Sabrina remembers what the prizes were. Pop Pockets. Yes. They're all sitting on the bar at home. and until we talked about it, I don't even have like a trivia question or nothing. So, maybe the trivia question will be, that's what it is. I'll throw out an episode number next week, and the first person to say what the episode's about. So you got to go study your episodes.
Go back.
But I'm glad someone asked. Let's see here. Someone asked.
What else we got?
Someone asked about, is there a playlist? Greg, I've not made a playlist, but I can. But here's what you do. When you go to my channel, there's a search bar at the top of the channel. So when you go to the channel, just type in Selling Past, and it'll only bring up the 100 episodes of Selling Past. Right. I can make a playlist, and I will, but that is also a quick way to do it.
One of the other ones that Mom had in her notes was number 9, and that's filing a claim with the post office, which, I always have trouble with when I get to the pictures. But that's a good one to review as well. And
John said episode 42 is his favorite since he learned how to post a video.
Good.
So so there you go.
Yeah.
That will be the contest next week. For those of you who are tuned in now, we already have a leg up.
Yes, they do.
I'm just going to shout out a number, and the first person to write what that episode's about will win a prize.
Oh, I like it.
So if you remember the measurements and weight of that box, I would love to have them and see if eBay's new thing is cheaper, and kind of also gauge it together with what our ship times are going to be compared to what we're getting from Pirate Ship. So if you wouldn't mind messaging me that on Facebook, you don't have to, but if you've got the weights and measurements, I would love to look into it since you specifically said, hey, it's cheaper on eBay. All right, I want to explore that a little bit more.
Yeah, me too, because I always try both ways just to make sure. And we just had something go out, and it was $7 cheaper.
Okay, I got to bring Marissa back in because she just said something. How'd you forget that?
I forgot. You know what? It was up for a while. But $75.
Her best sale this week was her first tiki mug. So which mug was it, Marissa?
It was Hawaiian Pearl City Tavern, a monkey.
Oh yeah, the monkey. Yeah.
So it was up there for a while, but I got some lowball offers, but I was holding out. But since then, I've sold 2 others. So one of the things I learned is you drink for free.
Yep.
So I sold off 2 mugs that we got at Trader Sam's. After
there you
that.
go.
Excellent.
So free cocktails. Love it.
Trader Sam's is definitely a good one to always flip.
All right. Thank you, Marissa. I'm glad you sold a team. It was so awesome. I had to bring you back on because I'm like, what? All right. So now special guest stars from the same house, but in 2 different parts of the house. And now we've turned into the Brady Bunch.
All right.
The guest stars pop in.
Dad likes these.
Hi, Regan.
Hey.
Hi, Bill.
Bill, where's your moo-moo?
What's that?
Where's your moo-moo?
It's in the closet. I go it this way.
No, all right, perfect.
Awesome.
Cheers to you, my friend. So what's up with you kids? Do any sourcing this weekend, you two?
Yeah, we did. We were shopping at.
Don't tell them.
I can't tell you. Sorry.
You have to watch the.
Oh no.
So that's our thrifting encounter, and you're gonna love it.
Okay.
Yes, yes, we did go thrifting.
And that's all I'm gonna tell you.
I guess so.
All right, I'll give you. I had 2 thrifty encounters. I'm gonna do it again on the show, Thrifty Business, but I'll give it to you guys since y'all turned in early. Mom and Stacy and I were Stacy and I were in a vintage store. A bunch of teenagers were there after school looking at vintage clothes, and they're like, "Oh, it smells like old people." And I walk by, and they're like, "Oh, sorry." No, I'm officially old people. I'm officially old people. Stace, come here.
So, Bill, what's your favorite thing that you learned on this show?
I think one thing I learned is never just to go and scan the thrift store, to really look at everything. I see the things that Peggy brings onto the show, and a lot of it's not stuff that we really see here, but what it did. Hi, Stacy. But what it did show me is there's something in just about every corner of the thrift store. And I know Debbie gets mad at me because she's always in and ready to go, and I'm looking around. And of course, I don't really find what she does, but I do spend the time looking. And another thing I've when we were thrifting the other day is I thought I'm going to find something that costs more than I would ever pay to flip, because what I've learned is you can make good money if you pay a little bit more also, so that's one thing I've learned. Another thing I've learned is, well, what I've heard is not to be afraid of shipping big things. Haven't really done the big thing. Every time we buy something big, I think we keep it. But I have a pair of water skis that have been sitting in the garage for a while now that we bought, but we see a lot of them out here. But I guess
so here's the question: how many shipping price increases have those water skis been in the garage?
Too many.
That was before the new dimensional rate went up too.
That's right. That's right. But we try and put everything in boxes and things. But I watch Regan and Peggy, and they'll just shrink wrap and bubble wrap and send something out, and that's not something that we would normally do. So that's another thing that I've learned is we had a big 96-inch propeller we sold once, and we wrapped it in cardboard, and I don't know how many hours it took us to wrap it, but we probably could have bubble wrapped it, shrink wrapped it, and sent it off. But so I've learned some good shipping tips from watching the show too.
I'm gonna throw this out there. I had a gal post I can't remember where I read it, but she said that her FedEx will not FedEx. Yeah, I think she said FedEx will not accept packages that are shrink wrapped.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a weird FedEx.
Yeah.
I'm gonna guess small town.
Yeah, maybe
smaller than Newberry.
Because we have never had a problem.
No.
Ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
I mean, you can go to Florida or Hawaii and ship a coconut bag. All they do is stick the label on the coconut. Like that's not even having any packaging at all.
Right.
Yeah.
You used to be able to ship a potato from Idaho. I mean, so it's not like there's not precedent to this. I mean, you can just, as long as there's no harm to the item, you can ship it. That just put the label on it. So speaking of shipping,
Come on in, Big Daddy.
come on in. Huh? Shipping. Come in. You get in
The
behind?
shipping expert.
Yeah, there we go. Stace good.
Yeah.
Hey, the whole
The whole
family's
family.
there. Wow.
What am I doing here?
Well, we wanted to say hi to you, and
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I could sit and listen to Regan talk all day long. He's one of the best storytellers I've ever been around, and he is so funny and so entertaining, and I just love him.
Well, that's a raconteur. I'm a raconteur. That's a storyteller.
And you're a good one.
That's a storyteller.
hey, am I going to add the thing you sold last night to today's scores?
Well, I wasn't going to, but we can if you want.
Yeah, because
Okay.
Pete's Treasure says we're always passing on big things, but say Peggy would ship that in a second.
It would go.
Well, yeah, technically Regan would ship it in a second.
Yeah.
But we're going to tell you something that they bought that was big today. Why are you afraid of it? There's money there, so don't be afraid. Yeah, granted, it's nice and easy to ship a CD, but sometimes the money in bigger things too. So yeah, and Bill, I got some water skis in the garage too. I got to get to.
I tell you, we had a thrift store closing out, and in the corner they had this big round tub, and it was full of water skis, and they were like the AMC wooden ones, that were laminated, and we just walked past them.
Oh no!
So especially if it's just a slalom, if it's one ski,
Yeah.
stick a label on it.
Yep.
Goodbye.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can't hurt it.
All it takes.
Most sports gear, hockey sticks, baseball bats, water skis, they're meant to take punishment and force and I Deb and shipping ain't gonna really be the force that a person pushing the limits on a slalom ski in the water, being pulled by a boat going 40 miles an hour.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll still get freaked out by it, but
Maybe you want to throw out a tip on how we're shipping now because of the way the books changed and all that.
Well,
Standards?
of course, it was all talked about earlier. Pirate ship, to me, is the only international way to go.
Yeah,
To
unless
me.
we have to.
And you guys went over that.
Yeah.
Uh,
The standard shipping now.
But here's something that's changed in the past year. We used to do a lot of FedEx Smart Post,
Right.
but today you want FedEx home delivery. It's gonna be cheaper.
Yeah.
Period. Than Smart Post.
Yeah. And in almost every case, I think it's been cheaper.
In every case,
Yeah.
I don't know what has changed that, why it did. Oh, well, all the pricing changed.
Right.
The pricing structure changed. And we stumbled on that FedEx home delivery is the cheapest.
All right. But basically, what I do.
But now everybody doesn't have the opportunity to go to a FedEx store.
Right.
The FedEx Smart Post, normally you can take to your USPS. They'll take it. But FedEx home delivery has to go to a FedEx drop off.
Yeah.
Oh, say bye, Angela, and howdy to all the people at Angela's Indiana
yes,
meetup.
have a good
So
meetup.
tell everyone we said
Have a
hey.
good meetup.
Hey.
When you do your home delivery, basically what I put in is standard shipping as my shipping reason
On your listing.
on the listing. So then I can pick and which one's going to work out the cheapest.
All right, so let's ask Stacy, what's your favorite episode?
Woohoo.
This one.
That's all right.
I think there was one where Egg's Wi-Fi went out and I had to sub.
Oh.
So that was my favorite.
Yeah.
Oh, favorites. Speaking of favorites, Stacy is my favorite daughter-in-law.
And you're my favorite pod.
Oh,
All right, Sharon doesn't know what Smart Post is, so Sharon's got to go back and watch some of our shipping shows.
Okay. Yep.
But you don't even really need to know because FedEx Home is so much better nowadays.
Yeah. It used to be the only way to ship our big items, and that was before FedEx changed their shipping prices. So,
So, Peggy, have you never gotten a chargeback from FedEx? Because I read it.
never.
I just read it again in the thrifting board. I've heard this for years that people all of a sudden they get these big chargebacks from FedEx. Well, that's good.
yeah,
Never have.
never have, Deb, in all this time.
All right, Jane wants you to sell Dad's shirt.
Yeah, they like
Right off you.
right off your back.
Well, make me an offer.
Oh, they autograph it too.
Make me an offer. It's
Oh, Polly, and
a party shirt.
she says she likes all of our episodes.
All right, well, Debbie and Bill, thank you so much for popping and joining
Good
us.
to see you.
Good to see you too. Bye-bye.
Can't wait for
I'll hit you up. I'll hit you up when I'm home tomorrow night.
Okay.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys.
Bye.
All right, I'm glad we had a couple little visitors in there.
Very nice.
Good to see everybody.
Very nice.
And let's get to the rest of the show.
Okay.
This is episode number 100. Thank you. Yes. Thank you,
Okay.
Stacy and Dad. And tell the other person in the house we want to have him at the end.
Yeah,
I'll just yell downstairs.
probably downstairs.
All right, episode number 100. And as we do with, first couple quick commercials.
Yes.
Accounting is not a 4-letter word. This week on Thrifty Business, a CPA extraordinaire, Anna Hill, will be on. It's the yearly time she comes on. If you've got any burning questions, if you changed how you how you are a seller over the last year. Say you went from just a person to a LLC or an S corp. If you've got questions, Anna will have answers for you. Now, this is not specifically tax questions, but how to prepare for your taxes. Make sense? And the whole show is going to be asking her questions. So please be tuned in and have your questions ready. That is this Thursday night, normal time, 8 o'clock East Coast, 5 o'clock West Coast. Thrifty-Palooza 2020 coming to a city near you soon. In the Thrifty board, there has been a post with 20 major metropolitan areas in the United States. Everyone's been voting. We got about 800 votes. And so I think on the plane ride home tomorrow, I'll be tallying the votes. And then we will grab an old school calendar and a map and figure out the route and start getting the classes up. First class should be announced within this week. So stay tuned for that. Oh, if you don't know what Thrifty-Palooza is, if you're new, sorry, I jump ahead like everyone's been here before. I come to your city, teach a 2-day class. First day is in the thrift store. Second day is a classroom class showing you how to use your computer and your phone and stuff. And usually the night in between is a tiki bar hangout.
Cool.
Speaking of flipping CDs, number 2, part 2, coming up March 3rd. This will be all new. So if you've taken part 1, this is a companion piece. But if you haven't taken part 1, we will be offering a deal to take both. But if you've not seen part 1, it's not like you'll be lost.
Right.
This will just be more content, different areas of flipping CDs that I'll be teaching you. And then we get to That's My Mama. Each week we share embarrassing and an embarrassing or cute or funny photo of us from our youth. So let's start with Mama first.
Well, I thought since it's a family day today, I'd throw Dad in there. This was our very first apartment. This was in 1968. So Jason wasn't even in the horizon at the time. This is probably after you came back from the service because it was, well, no, you were still in the service, January of 68. You got out? No, it,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
still in.
Yeah, still in. But we were
I was
horsing
on
around.
leave
And,
from Germany.
yeah, he was on leave from Germany at that time. And as you can see, I've got the pompadour curls still in the hair. That's fake. That just kind of goes with, we used to hook them in. But gander the old, the lambs and the furniture, you guys. And this on the right side, Jason, right there is our old Victrola player, big console. And
Once again, I see you're riding me hard.
You are going to ship big things. You are. Real quick, a couple more great comments came in. Hi, Betsy said, hi, just finding this 7% of my sales so far in 3 months have been international shipping.
Ooh.
This is thanks to Jason explaining.
Nice.
Thrifty Elf said, we used to walk right past items that because they were too big. Now, after watching the show, we ask each other, WWPD, what would Peggy do?
I like that.
And we buy the big goodies.
That is awesome.
Let's see here.
Any more?
Someone said, shoot, where'd it go? Someone asked if Columbus is going to be one of the cities. Yes, but don't tell nobody. Yes, but don't tell nobody.
You're getting first-hand
yeah,
notice.
Columbus for sure. And you know why? There's a new tiki bar I've not been to yet.
That's the main reason.
All right, after Mama's, that's my Mama. Time for Mama's Boy. Are you ready? Are you ready for cuteness overload? Because look at this. You don't get no cuteness overload from this. But when I was a child, I don't know what's cuter though, my shorts or my sunglasses. Because let me tell you, I got swag for days. Look at that.
I know.
Look at those swim trucks and those glasses.
This was 1974, Jason. So you were 4.5 there.
No, I was 3.5.
Well, it was in the summer.
Yeah, I'm 3.5.
Oh yeah, it would be 3.5.
I was born the last day of.
Oops. Yeah, of December. Oops.
Yeah.
But also take a gander at the a patio furniture in the background, Jason. If you can key in on that. Look at the chairs. Look at the chairs, you guys. There they are. Look at the lounge chairs too.
Yep.
Yeah. So look at all that here.
Kevin's in the chat. He said, yay for Columbus. Kevin, now you know why I asked if you're coming up for Mom's meetup yesterday.
Yeah.
I was just like, maybe Kevin's coming into town.
Yeah, Jason was one of our surprise guests yesterday.
Yes, tiny Jason. All right, let's hit Mom's scores real quick here.
All right. We sold 3 of these. I had 3 different colors, and one guy bid, and I countered and got it. And then I see him. He's giving me an offer on the second one, and I had a third one. So I wrote him a nice note and said, "Look, I'll give you a deal on all 3, but But backing up a little bit, shipping them separately was the cheapest way to go. Cheapest way to go on these, you guys. So that's what I ended up doing. So by contacting the buyer and saying, I have another one in this color. Are you interested in all three? To give you a deal. So technically, I did pay 25 cents each on these Easter egg blow molds.
I wasn't ready with my quarters.
That's
Hold
right.
on.
It's okay. And so totally, I spent my 75 cents, and the three of them I sold for $35. So how was that?
Awesome.
Was that good? That was good.
And speaking of shipping separately, I had 2 tiki mugs, 2 of these, going to my friend Dennis up in North Dakota. And because of dimensional weight, the box with 2 of them was $15 more than if I sold them, ship them separately.
That was the problem.
So we're going to be talking about that a lot, probably on this show and Thrifty Business, because the rules have really changed.
Yes.
And it's going to be more work, but yeah, I'll do a little more work to save $15, or in this case, save my customer $15.
Right, absolutely, because it was so much cheaper.
Because that's silly.
Yeah.
Why waste $15?
I mean, if I put all those 3 in one box, the box would have been gigantic and it would cost a fortune. So this is the last of my 3X tops that I bought at that garage sale that I paid $1 each for, you guys. We made really good money on that haul, and I sold that shirt for $20 on best offer. But I'm sorry now I didn't make an offer on the whole thing. I know I've said that before, but anytime you find a sale that's got the large sizes like that, and a lot of them were the Quacker Factory label, don't pass them up, especially if they're cheap. Okay, this was a vintage made in Hawaii is the label. A men's Hawaiian shirt that I paid $3 for and took a best offer of $30 on that one, Jace. So it was a medium. That's why I kind of let it go, being smaller. Now, I like the what would Peggy do? If you don't know this particular gentleman, his name was Eddie Haiku, and he was a famous surfer way back in the day. And they hold a surfing event every year for him. And a lot of people have followed this gentleman. It's a great book about his life story. And I picked up that T-shirt for 50 cents and sold it for the full asking price of $20. That one I figured would be a good one. But Eddie would go. Now that you're saying that Peggy would go. So there you go. I think we need a new shirt, Chase. Very for sure on that. So that was a good turnaround. We picked up this hat. This was for 50 cents. No, quarter, excuse me, quarter. The Eddie t-shirt was 50 cents. But the Wilt tweed hat were a quarter. We did take a best offer of 15 on that hat. Okay, and I just showed this, Jason. Look how fast the turnaround was on this one, guys. This was Department 56 Gone with the Wind. We paid $6 for it.
Oh my gosh, $6.
$6. I know. Now we're
Holy
jumping up.
cow.
And we did sell that for $40. I took the best offer. So that was, quick. Another cookie jar. Remember from that haul where I sold the cookie jars, you guys? The cookie jars, we averaged them out because we bought a bunch. Were costing us $5, and we took a best offer of $39 on that one. So we did really well. This was a bolo that I kind of threw out to my meetup group yesterday. This is a Pottery Brown Grand Slam lamp, you guys, and you can see that the post is the bat and the lampshade is like the stitching on the baseball. For some reason, this is a very hot item. A lot of them that were for sale did not have the lampshade. The lampshade added the extra value to ours. We paid $2 for the lamp and sold it for the full asking price of $79.99. Yeah, so that was really good. So if you, it's the bat. Yeah, the bat for some reason is what they're looking for, but the added value was because ours was the only one that had a lampshade. So that's why I upped the price on that. So that was a really good turnaround. I just bought this, Jason. That Teenage Mutant, TMNG. Can't say it all. They were a quarter. Well, I'm trying to move us around because I know we're running behind a little bit. Paid a quarter and sold that for the full asking price of $14.95. And I mean, that was a fast turnaround for Mom as well. Really good. What do we have? Baseball cap? Yeah, Peterbilt baseball cap. A quarter. A lot of quarter items today, you guys. I paid 25 cents for it and sold it for $14.95 on best offer. And this is a vintage Osterwasser blender. This was something that I'd had for a long time. Took it down, ended the listing and put up sell similar, and poof, it sold. It was one of those, somebody looked for it because I think I had it listed probably for 3 years, 4 years probably.
Wow.
Paid $2 originally and sold it for the full asking price of $24.99. So that went well. This is that Kaponk. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, I don't even know how to pronounce these things, you guys. It would pay a quarter. And took a best offer of $16.99. I mean, that was a nice offer. It's $2 less. So that went. we bundled this for a guy. I had another piece that he wanted, so I bundled all 5 pieces or whatever, how many pieces it was. This is that the plastic melted popcorn stuff, guys. It was all Christmas, and I sold them all the pieces for $50. So that was another one that I contacted. You got to reach out when you see people are interested in a bunch of items. It's good to reach out and say, hey, I have this. Are you interested? So then I just bundled them together and sold all the pieces for $50.
Hey, photographer, why is the wreath upside down?
Because it was easier to stand.
That's pretty impressive. The bow flowing upwards.
It was easier to set up.
Yeah. And then, another one of these purses. I got one left. I think we purchased 6 total, and I've been getting really good money for all of these, you guys. They did cost me $40, but I'm selling them for 100 a quarter. So, I got one left, and I've got that one up for 100 a quarter. So, even though so far on the 5, I spent the $200 and I've sold for 500. So that's, good money.
All right. So how did you ship the lamp for $14.99?
We did FedEx. We shipped the lamp out through FedEx.
Well,
Yeah.
here, I took the shade off.
Yes.
Here, angles it.
Yep. Here, honey, get in.
Well, I took the shade off and slid it down the back, which made it a lot shorter, the package.
Yeah.
That was one of the reasons.
Right. So it was a smaller,
Yeah, you wouldn't ship the lamp
the way it is.
all the way up. You
Yeah.
definitely.
I took the shade and the bulb I took out, so it
Yeah,
shortened
it shortened it up and compressed it. So we did not go in the hole on the shipping on that at all.
All right. Well,
Okay.
we're gonna save your last thing right for the end.
Oh, okay.
So let's do your haul real quick.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see. All
And
right. We went to a church rummage sale and it was full bag for $8. So why don't we show those items? So to give you that and that. Let's see here. I'll start back here while you pull those 2 things off this and this and this. Okay. All right. So it was full of bag for $8. I said, okay, let's look around, see what we can find. So I started with these really nice scrubs, you guys.
fill bag for
$8.
$8, okay.
$8. Okay. So here's 4 scrubs. Okay. And here's
4 scrubs.
this is an Alcatraz hat from San Francisco, which looks brand new. I mean, it's not
Brand
soiled.
new.
I don't think they've ever worn it. So we threw that in. Let's show this. When I get the purple thingy
You
behind
just this morning?
no, what?
This?
Yes, we did.
Oh man,
I get it.
Nightgown, the robe behind the coat.
the row behind the
On the door. This is a great vintage dress, you guys. I want you to see the label on this because it is an old timer. Is that good, Jason? Am I close enough, honey?
By the way, does Mom look better this show? I changed one of her settings. I think she looks a lot better.
Well, I don't think we've gotten. We haven't had the blurry come in.
No,
Yeah.
because I also changed your settings.
Yeah.
She looks good to me.
Thank you, dear. So this label is Serbin, Serbin, designed by Muriel Ryan of Florida. And it's just an old timer, you guys. So I just threw that in. It's got a few spots on it here and there, but I think we can get around $20-25 on that one. Okay.
Very, very nice.
Yes. Now, this is a Pendleton suit, you guys.
Wow.
This is gorgeous.
This was in the $8 bag?
This was in the $8 bag.
Well, we
So-
put it in the.
Jason, there's a piece of paper on top of the cars. I need that. piece
On
paper,
top of the
please.
cars.
Oh no!
Yeah, with all the prices. Yeah, that's it. Okay. So the Pendleton, I have it listed right now for $89.99, everybody. It's gorgeous. It's the skirt and the jacket's in good condition in the bag for $8. So when we boil these all down, you're going to see how cheap this is.
Crazy.
This is a brand new Soma robe for ladies. Still got the tag on it. I don't know how much it was originally because that is gone. Yeah, the sleeves are very lovely.
Look how
And the pretty
pretty.
and the lace and the tie is there. So this was in the $8 bag, and I have this robe up for $40, everybody. So that's really quite.
Now, don't forget, everything you see is for sale. So if you'd
Yep.
like to buy something, Mom will be happy to cut you a deal. Just hit me up or Mom on Facebook.
A pair of leather gloves.
Oh yeah, pair of leather gloves that Dad kept. Actually, they're very nice. So Dad. So all in all, as you can see, what we got for $8, and they do this. This is their thing at this particular rummage sale because we've been there before. So that was very nice. Okay, all right. Riri, you want to keep this over there for now on? Thanks.
Well,
Okay. All right. Let's pick up these.
from that same sale.
Oh yeah. But it wasn't the $8 bag. But that's okay. We'll get to that. We'll show these next. Jason, These are the tiki fork and spoon set. These are the large ones, you guys. What are they? 36 inches on? What are they? 38? I think what they are. 40 something. And we have sold a pair of these before. The big ones sell for really, really good money. Let's see, what did I pay? Here's my note. We paid, I have them listed for 42, and we paid 13. We paid $13 at them. Oh, $13.
13.
Yeah, so,
that's insane.
We had no choice.
Yeah, and when we shipped these out, the last set that we did, Dad just kind of wrapped the handles, and we put some cardboard around the bigger part, and slapped on the label, and away it went.
Laura said they're packing a bag, and then they're packing a bag.
Oh, we did. Okay, I picked these up. Jason hasn't even seen these yet because normally he doesn't need to see my haul, but since he's here, look what I found. Captain Morgan, like kind of like
pajama
lounging,
pants.
Pajama pants, and just I don't know if they've been worn. If they have, it's been very, very little because look how black they are.
Yep.
So this is a pair of Captain Morgan pajama pants, size medium, you guys, that I paid $4 for. I will probably list these. What do you think, Jason? 20, 25 for those? What do you think? 20 or 25?
Probably $20.
20
Yeah,
bucks?
probably get about 17 for them.
Okay, all right, we'll do that. Let's see. Oh, hand me, that stack there, hon. This must have been my week for, oh no, these aren't. This is a pair of, I almost did buy these, but they were half price because they're a little more worn than I like to do, Jace. They're Nick and Nora pajamas, and they are Christmas ones, you guys, but it was the set. And I don't like to pass up the sets. So you can see it's got, the gingerbread houses and the monkeys on there. And, I'll probably try and list these for 20, 25 bucks. But, since it's not holiday time, I'll probably list them down the road. Not quite right now, because pajamas probably won't move. Now, we talked about sourcing in a regular retail store. And we had a store in our town called Gordman's. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that name at all. So I thought, well, I'll run in and take a look. Well, I went over to their clearance area. And all these brand new nurses scrubs were there, but they were all themed. There's some, as you can see, I've got holiday from Halloween here and Christmas. I think that's all they are. Yeah. They got the owls and the witches, and they're all brand new.
With the hangers, or those are your hangers?
No, with the hangers.
With the hangers.
Wow.
I know.
And they
cost us $1
each.
Yeah, so I will be putting these up eventually, and probably list
Decent little hangers too.
Yeah,
There.
I know. Probably list them between $15 and $20, you guys, because I usually get pretty good money on the holiday scrubs, brand new in a retail store, you guys. So don't ever pass those up.
So Coach says, how essential is best offer to your sales, and do you get more lowball offers than reasonable ones? Best offer on everything. Yeah. But what's an unreasonable offer? Because what if the item's been on your store for 3 years and someone offers you a quarter of what you're asking? At the 3-year mark, I'll take anything.
Okay.
Anything's reasonable at that point. So, yeah. But look, as someone who has made an offer to you that has money, so keep the conversation going. You gonna grab those?
Yeah.
All right. So keep the conversation going. And if you don't come to a meeting point, you don't. No biggie. But that's all negotiating.
Okay, so at the same church rummage sale for the $8 stuff the bag.
$8 bag.
Okay, 3 of these were in their showcase. Okay, now this is still brand new in the box. Let me just make sure here. This is Napa 1993, and this we put up for $31.99. You guys.
Paid
okay.
$6.
Yeah, we did pay $6 for that, and yeah, they had them listed at $8 a piece, huh? I think it was.
They're all of them are 10.
Yeah, they're all 10. I mean, these are beautiful. Usually like the semi or the box truck, or whatever you want to call it. Really, really nice. And the box one we are putting up for, let's see, where is it? Box truck. Oh, box truck was $31.99. The one in the box is the cheaper one, Jason.
Yeah.
They're not selling as much.
There's
this one here is
10,000 of them for sale.
This one we're listing for $20. This one for $32. Okay, and then the last one is the best one out of the batch. Can you reach that one?
Oh yeah, that almost rolled off earlier.
Yeah.
Look at that with the tires.
I mean,
bam.
As you can see, you guys, these are in gorgeous condition. This is the only one that has one little tiny mark on it right there. But other than that, really, yes, we got this one listed for $59. So it's $6 each. So hopefully, we'll get some good sales on those. Okay. All right. Do you want me to get the 3-tier thing?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We can go to these. Okay. We were in an antique mall. And this won't mean a lot to a lot of people, but in our town on Channel 8, can you see all 3 of them, Jason?
No, you got to back up a bit.
Back up more.
Scoot back a little bit. There you go.
Okay, on Channel 8 News, these
Well,
were.
now they can't hear you because you're behind us.
Oh, these were 3
So
of these were 3 of our original people on the Channel 8 TV news. And Dick Goddard, who was a weatherman here, is very, very well known and did for years, and they've named many things after him. And then Murray Stewart did the news, and then the fella with the glasses is Dave Martin, who is my cousin.
Sports.
He did the sports.
Who's that?
Yeah.
That poor guy got.
Yeah.
Chopped
Oh, he
out
got
of the
chopped
picture.
out, whoever that was. And actually, Dad saw it as we were walking by, and did one of those and backed up to take a look at it. And his son, sorry to say, he passed away many years ago, and he was married to my actual blood cousin, and he has a son that lives in Vegas. So I said, oh my God, I'm sure that his son would enjoy having that. If I was to resell that, I would hold on to it until Dick Goddard passed away. I know, Dick's up there, but he's really.
Dick's got to be 100.
All right, I was going to try and resell this, but someone in my family's collecting flowers these days. And actually, this is a really good one, you guys. This is an oil painting and signed by Heap, Heep. Look up that name, everybody, because it's a good one. If I was to sell this, Jason, we're looking around $7,500.
Cool.
This is a good one. This is a really nice
It'll look
one.
good in my office. Thanks, Mom.
But I think it's going home to Vegas, right, Stace? There you go. All right, hand me the 3-tier thing, honey.
The what?
The 3-tier deal right here. Yeah.
The last thing.
Yeah, we'll make that the
Okay.
last. Is Buzz around? Whoa, we got to grab the thing.
All right. So last thing for the haul, and then we'll show you Mom's score from yesterday.
All right.
That's a big one.
Yeah, this I know I can't show the whole picture. This is the 3-tiered monkey pod, Lazy Susan, that we do put Tiki in the title, just because Tiki collectors like this piece a lot.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, this is in gorgeous condition. Dad totally repolished and redid this to make it look, really quite lovely. It was dirty and dusty and the whole 9 yards. I'm not going to be able to tip this, but on the bottom has the original sticker of monkey pod facing. Can we get to it?
What?
Yeah,
tip
careful.
too far.
I don't know.
I'm not going to tip it. I'm going to tip the camera.
Okay, can we see it? Yes, there it is. Well,
Island Imports.
there it is. There it is.
Honolulu.
yeah. So it does have, and you don't see that very often, on these. So that this value will be right up there. So I got this listed. We paid $20 for it in an antique mall, everybody. So as you know, so you can find bargains in antique malls as well. And I've got it listed for $125.
Cool.
Okay.
Come here.
All right.
Come here.
All right.
Come here. We got one last guest, then one last score, and then we're out of here.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, my brother, Buzzy.
I am Jason's little brother, his only brother, his
His beard style.
favorite brother, and his first time beard stylist brother. So I want to congratulate everybody with my brother and my mom with this 100th showing. That's amazing. And keep on thrifting away, you guys. Yeah, that's awesome. 100 shows, right?
Yeah,
That's what the
I
big
know.
100. See the little screen right there.
Yeah.
Here, Buzz.
Cool, guys.
Thank you,
Since
honey.
Buzz doesn't normally watch our shows, I'll give you a little. I'll give you a little of this, Buzz. Give you a little. I'll give you a little Carlton.
Well, yeah,
snap.
Buzz is our dancer,
Oh,
and
snap.
he's got some serious moves on stage.
Oh. I don't know.
There
This
you
guy's
go.
kind of beating me out here with his hips.
Hello, Buzzy.
That's cool.
Wait, hang on, let me clean off Buzz.
Oh, geez, man. Oh, no.
So that's my little bro. So since we're all hanging around the house, I thought we'd
Yeah.
have him in and say hi. But let's end on something even more amazing than Buzzy.
Oh well.
If that's possible.
Yeah, I don't know.
Talk about being afraid to sell big things. This is what Mom and Dad sold last night.
Yeah, we had picked this up right around the corner from where we live at a garage sale, you guys, and we paid $15 for it. And this particular model of the Wonder Horse happens to be the one you want to find. I mean, Dad did a lot of research on this one, and from the age bracket and to the company that made them, which is of course no longer
the most
around.
desirable.
Yeah, it's the most desirable, and we took a best offer of $200, and they're picking it up in about 2 hours. So I did do a pickup only, and luckily finally found someone that, doesn't live that far away. And it turned out to be a really, really good sale. So you got to get that together.
Everyone's saying hi to Buzzy.
Oh.
Hi.
All right, so that is show 100. I want to thank everyone for tuning in, especially those of you who tuned in early. We had a nice live audience.
That was.
Those of you who watch after the fact, we love you just as much. And
Absolutely.
thank you very much. And don't forget what the contest is next Sunday.
And I just want to, again, thank all of you for supporting us and keeping the show going and all your wonderful comments. Big thanks to my son for pulling Mom in to do this. Never thought we'd do anything like this in my lifetime. The whole eBay thing has just been a big added part of our life since Dad and I retired. And we were very grateful. And thank you.
You're welcome.
For having me and having a lot of fun. And learning.
Yes. Look, my folks are kicking ass and they're 77. You can do it too. Tell your friends, tell your family.
Don't rush. I won't be 77 till May.
Okay, well, 76 in 9 months.
Yeah, close.
But if you got someone who just wanted to start this journey, a brand new, not even sold anything yet, came to Mom's seller. I can't call her seller yet because she hasn't sold.
Yeah.
But came to Mom's meetup yesterday. So there's always new people joining. We love to have them in here. And don't forget, I know it's not the most exciting topic, but it's a topic we got to discuss. Yep. Doing your bookkeeping and your taxes this Thursday. But Anna's a lot of fun. Most CPAs are very much Ferris Bueller teacher. Yeah. Bueller, not Anna. Anna's a lot of fun. So tune in. It's imperative you need to know how to do your stuff like this, bookkeeping and such. But Anna's a lot of fun. So it will not be a boring show. That's for sure.
Nope. Join in, guys.
All right, everybody.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. See you on Thursday and then again next Sunday. Bye.
Bye. Thank you. And we're off.